I hacked through the bush to bring you a review for The Midnight Robber by Nalo Hopkinson. So I read The Midnight Robber for Canada Day, and Canada Day is back in July and it's now August. Why am I doing it a month late? Well, I'll get to that later. This book was first published in 2000, and it's by Jamaican-Canadian author Nalo Hopkinson. And the first thing that really distinguishes this book is that it's written in Jamaican patois dialect. So it has this kind of informal infusion of kind of laid-back language with a lot of French words. And if you've read books like Ridley Walker or Clockwork Orange, where the entire thing is written in a different dialect, this book is like that, and that really adds to its sense of diversity and mystery and freshness, because most of the books that I read are in straightforward English, and so to have a book that's written in Jamaican patois was really different. So it is a science fiction book. This is about a planet named Toussaint, which is colonized by Jamaicans in the far future, and everybody has nanotechnology injected into them at birth, and the nanotechnology fuses with this supercomputer which they call Granny Nanny, and it gives you the weather, it lets you know when people might be arriving at your house, it lets you know who's at the door. You can ask Granny Nanny questions and it'll automatically do research for you. And that's how these people live in this far future society on planet Toussaint. The book focuses on a little girl named Tantan. Tantan is born into an extremely wealthy society. Her father is the mayor of Cockpit County, and he is an influential, powerful, and rich figure. The problem is, her dad, the mayor, Antonio, doesn't get along with his wife, Ione, and the two of them go back and forth, cheating on each other and having affairs, and Ione is the latest one to cheat on him, and so he challenges the guy that slept with his wife to a duel. Now, duels are allowed, it's a machete duel, and it happens during this big festival. And there's certain rules for this machete duel. You're not supposed to kill the other person. Once they beg you to stop, you stop. And something happens during this duel where Antonio gets in big trouble. He's taken to prison and then exiled to another world, another dimension called New Halfway Tree. And this is kind of like a shadow realm of planet Toussaint. So, due to some circumstances, Tantan goes with her father to New Halfway Tree. And so they go from this setting of AI taking care of everything for them, wealth, luxury, and power. They step through this portal. Now they're out in the bush. They're out in the jungle, and they have no idea how to survive. They run into this insect bird man character called a Doan, and his name is Chichibud. And Chichibud teaches them how to survive in the bush and brings them to the human encampment where other outcasts from Toussaint live. And as the book progresses, Antonio is shown to be more and more of a villain. At first you can almost sympathize with the guy, at least I did. Yeah, his wife cheated on him, I can understand being mad about that. But as time goes on, it's very clear that Antonio is he's a real scummy guy and a manipulator and does some awful things to Tantan and to others, which kind of come to a head, and then Tantan has to figure out how to live on this world on her own and out in the bush, and goes through some extreme changes in how she has to survive. And to do that, she takes on the persona of the Midnight Robber, which is this character that people dress up as during festivals, and they'll stand in front of motor cars and stuff like that and be like, I'm the Midnight Robber, give me your money. And it's all like a joke, it's all like a play act. And the Midnight Robber will tell a story, and people will throw coins to the Midnight Robber out of their car windows. And so Tantan to process being exiled, to process all the awful things that her father does to her, takes on that midnight robber identity so that she can live in the world in a way of strength and integrity. So yeah, that's the synopsis. What did I think of this book? This book is wonderful. Again, I really liked the Jamaican patois. It gave it a unique, diverse rhythm to it, and it was a lot of fun to read, something different and fresh. It also has certain sections where it's third person, where you're hearing the legends of Tantan and the Midnight Robber, and most of the book is in Tantan's first person perspective. No lore dumps, it was all showing, not telling, well written, interesting. I had a good time with it. I will say, however, this is a long book, especially for me, because I prefer very short books. Now, I won't say that there was any fluff in the book. Everything that was in the book felt like it needed to be there and was worthwhile, so it wasn't like it was padded out or anything. But the reason I'm doing this review is a month late is it took me a really long time to get to this book, and about the halfway point, I just decided I got to pick up the pace here, and I started to speed read it. So for me, I think 4 out of 5 stars feels right for The Midnight Robber. But if you're okay with a really long book that you can sit with and really take your time and really get lost in for over a month, I'm a slow reader, that's how long it takes me for this, then yeah, I could see Midnight Robber being a 5-star read for sure. And, whether you like long books or not, I do recommend this. This is a really unique book. It's not like the kind of thing you might find every day on your science fiction shelves. And I enjoyed it. I had a good time with The Midnight Robber. So anyways, hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching. I gotta hack my way back out of the bush.